Task 6, Presentation. You are going to create a short presentation about staying safe online. Presentation should be based on the master slide that you will design. Okay, let's read the rest of the question before we answer. The next page is about printing the evidence document, so I think we can do both, task 6 and 7 at the same time. A company logo is provided for you if you wish to use, and use at least 4 features on your master slide. Text, lines, logos, images, slide numbers, colors or template, and of course your name, center number and candidate number. All master slide items should appear on all slides, okay? Presentation must have a title slide, suitable title and subtitle, okay, on that one slide. Create 3 more slides for the presentation, and each must have appropriate styles and layouts, bulleted text, headings. Contents of the slide should explain what is meant by phishing, identify a phishing attack, how to protect yourself. Make sure that all master slide items appear on all slides. So this is repeated and no objects overlap. Save the presentation and print all slides as audience notes. Okay, interesting. Make sure that the text is easily legible, and then do your printout and may add further screenshots to your evidence document. Okay, so we have an idea of what to do for this task. Alright, so to start off, we can start a new presentation. Alright, so you have a template to choose from, but we're just going to use a blank slide. So close, and then we can choose this. Alright, so this is a blank canvas and we can do whatever we want with it. Okay, so we should really always save our files first rather than after. So we can say task 6, which is presentation. Okay, we save that. So that's done. Alright, then we want to go straight into the master slide to insert the 4 things. Okay, so you can see here that these things are already set up for you. So what we need to do, I think, we can use the date time. We can use the footer to include our candidate name, candidate number and center number. And we can have the slide number here. And maybe we can insert some graphics and maybe some lines. So let's start. So first, we can insert header and footer. Okay, so we can set a fixed time, and then footer, and then slide number. Okay, so apply to all. And for the footer, we can say our name, Cambridge Prep, and then we have CP001, and then 9999. Okay, we leave it as that. And then the slide number, we can say slide number. And then one thing I want to do is maybe I want to shift this over to this side. And, oh, did I not copy? So copy and paste. Ah, it doesn't work. Never mind. We can insert field, and then we can say fixed date. Okay, and then have a space here. So here we free up the space to insert some other things. For example, the logo that was given to us. So we can insert the image and its logo here. So it takes up a large space, so we can make it small, much smaller, and put it somewhere here. Okay. So that looks good. We can also perhaps insert some lines. So maybe somewhere here to here. Okay, to demarcate the footer. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and maybe we can add some color to our text. Get some color to our text. Maybe it can be green. Okay, so we can close the master slide, save this, and it looks good. So we can duplicate the slide to see here, to see whether it's propagated to the other slide. So yep, they are. That's not too bad. Right, so that's done. So let's go back to the instructions. Then we are to create this title slide and suitable title and subtitle. And what we can do is to insert text box. We create a big title, and it says staying safe online. So staying safe online. We want to make it big, say 40, and then we can center it, maybe italics it, bold it, even shadow it, and then give it like a color, maybe like a darker color here. And then we can create another text box. So insert text box again. We can insert the text box somewhere here to here. And since this topic is about phishing, so we can say protecting yourself from phishing attacks. Okay. We can center a line and then give it sort of a color, light line. Okay, so that seems okay. And perhaps make it a little bit bigger to be more easily readable. So 24. Okay, maybe I want to shift both of them down. So by just moving both down at the same time. So here, okay. So this looks good. And I think we are done with this. So, okay, so that's the title slide, title and subtitle. Okay, let's have a look. So we are done. And 28, 3 more slides. Each must have appropriate styles and layout. And then you have some content here. Okay, so what we can do is we should have some headings. So we can again insert a text box. Maybe somewhere here, yes, somewhere here, a little bit longer maybe, and say what is meant by phishing. So I prepared the text here, so the heading, and we can make it bigger, say 28, and again we can give it a color, say for example blue, maybe that's too dark. Yeah, that's a bit too dark. Maybe something like this. Okay, what is meant by phishing? And we can create another text box to put in the points. So it seems like it started here, and then we can stretch it here. Yes. All right, and we have the points here. So 1, then give it the next line, and then we can say there's a bullet, and we can increase the space between the points. 18 seems to be okay. Maybe we can make it bigger by saying it's 22. Okay, increase a little bit more, so 0.35. All right, looks good. Okay, so what we can do now is really to duplicate the slide, so because it will look the same, maybe we can also shift it down a little bit. Shift down the whole slide a little bit. Okay, maybe we can do this. All right, looks okay. Save, and then we can just duplicate it by clicking here. So we can do it twice because we're gonna create 3 slides. And again, we have the text prepared. Select and paste. So how to identify a phishing attack? And then we can have the 3 points. Copy, select all, and then paste. All right. So everything is as it was. So 20 points, and everything the color. So it was good, and we can do the same by doing this. all and paste, and select all and paste it in. Okay. The good thing is we don't have to adjust the distance between the bullet points, and then we can save it, and I think we're done. So it has all this, so we can say this is done and this is done. Okay, so make sure that all slides appear, no objects overlap. I think we are done as well. Okay, but we can always check. Nothing overlaps. It's very clean. Okay, and save the presentation. We have done that. Print all the slides as audience notes and make sure the text is easily legible. Okay, so what we can do is we are viewing the slides now with normal view, and we can what we have done is the master slide here. There's another one we can choose, which is the master notes. So here what we can do is we can create styles for this. So I think I want to create a box. Okay, a box with in this case a little bit of blue color, and that's it. So save this for the time being. Now, how does it look like? We can have a look. So we can have the normal view, so notes view. So you can see here that you can click to add the notes. Now, what I want to do is to try out, or rather to show you, that if you do not add any notes, this whole area, this notes area, will be blank. So let's have a look. So what you need to do is to export as PDF, and you need to click this, export outlines, and export notes pages. Now this is very important. This is what you must click. And if you export, let me just call it task 6, and then it opens up by itself. And then we scroll down, and you can see here it is blank, even though there was a box and there was a text to remind us to insert. So what can we do? So the thing to do is to actually type something in. So audience notes. All right, so you want to do that for all of the text, all of the slides. Okay, all of the slides. And you save that, and again you export as PDF. You export, and then you can override it. So replace, and you can see here the slides, slide 1, slide 2. You can see slide 2, and then down the 4th slide, and when it gets to audience notes, and then this is a blank space where the audience can write notes. Okay, so that's very interesting, and I think we are done. So now we have to make a printout. Make sure that the center number and slide number on your presentation slides. So we have already done that. All we need to do is, once you have the PDF, you can just file, print the PDF, and then there are 8 slides. Okay, so cancel. So we have done that. Printout 5. So we can also call it printout 5. So we can go to Finder, and we can say printout 5. So task, so this one is print out 5. That's done. So that's done. And evidence 9, optional, screenshots into if any features that is not shown on your printout 5. Okay, I think we have shown everything there is. The 4 items are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the line. So that's done, and we can say we are done. Now we also remember that task 7 is just to print out the evidence folder. So we're just going to cover that. So here we go to our evidence file, and then this is optional. So what we need to do, this is already saved. You can just file, export as PDF, and you can just export, and we can call it the same name and export. So again, so we can check. So evidence 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, which is optional. there you go. We are done with 6. And that concludes paper 2. So I hope that you had a good time learning this LibreOffice, doing the exam, IGCSE ICT exam on LibreOffice. It is something which is not familiar to many people. Hence, this will be very good for especially schools and students who wishes to use LibreOffice on the operating system of their choice. So good luck, and I hope to see you soon with paper 3.